What up, viewers? Today's video is completely not exclusive. We're putting it on all three of our major video hosting sites. So it'll be Twitch, where it was originally streamed live, also YouTube and BitChute. So it's just one video today, at least at the moment. We're looking at yesterday and today in terms of solar activity and ionized helium. Pretty low levels of activity here despite a coronal hole high-speed stream. Here's your colorized magnetogram. Only two significant sunspots here. Sunspot 3023 and Sunspot 3024 there in the southern hemisphere. And here's a composite, three different ionized iron spectra. Radio flux has dropped all the way down to 102 solar flux units. So let's blast through a whole bunch more information here. There's the one-year chart of the radio flux. It's the black line, all the way down to 102. As solar cycle 25 ramps up years ahead of schedule. Space Weather Enthusiast dashboard not forecasting any other geomagnetic unrest in the coming days. Global seismicity, we are still really seeing a drought of large earthquakes here, despite one happening over the 7 magnitude range just a couple days ago. If you look at these historic charts, you can see how few 7+ magnitude earthquakes we've been seeing here. There's 2010. There's 2022 year to date. It's been a very low year as far as 7 magnitude earthquakes go. So earthquake droughts end in large earthquakes. You can see there was a huge earthquake drought in 2018. And let's see what's been shaken the past 24. Vanuatu has, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge has, also Tonga. All mid-level 5 magnitude quakes in those areas. All within a pretty short period of time there, within about an hour and 10 minutes of each other, an hour and 15 minutes of each other. And those were the largest quakes of the past 24. Besides that, pretty calm conditions here. If you're in an earthquake-prone zone, please have a plan to be an asset, not a liability, in the event of a disaster. Speaking of assets, you can pick up some assets that you can link to below this video or on our homepage, smashomash.com. Just click the Smasho merch link, and you'll find our Redbubble shop. These products are good enough for me to wear myself. I'm currently wearing the Mensa hat. It stands for Make Earth Not Suck Again. It's a message of personal responsibility. So since giant bureaucracies who are unable to get out of their own way seem completely unable to make Earth not suck again, we're calling upon you, the viewer, to do your part and make Earth not suck again in your part of space, wherever you might be located. And if you're viewing the videos from a different solar system, galaxy, timeline, plane of existence, etc., please let us know in the comments. Speaking of which, I got to bring the comments up here. For some reason, my comments were not showing up in my software. So just bear with me a quick moment here. We did originally stream this video live to twitch.tv/smashomash. So anyway, there are the Mensa products. Again, Make Earth Not Suck Again. If you've noticed, Earth's been sucking over the past 2 years. A lot of people would tend to agree with you. So start a conversation by picking up some merch and then wearing it in public. It's got our website, smashomash.org, on there, which will redirect you to smashomash.com. And don't forget to enter the promo code YOURTHING to save 20 to 60% site-wide. Thanks to the Smash team. We put up another video yesterday with some interesting information on it. We won't share that with the rest of you non-paying subscribers. That's only for gold and silver Smash Team members at smashomash.com/SmashTeam. Links to that as well on the homepage. Welcome to the Neo Renaissance, smashomash.com. Check out the homepage. Help us out by clicking our links. There is a free level also at the Smash Team. There's a bronze, that's free. There's a silver, that's $2.99 a month. There's a gold, that's $9.99 a month. And then there is a gold annual paid up version. That is the best value. It entitles you to some complimentary merch. Next, volcanoes. Here's a rundown of what's erupting. Vesimiani, still producing an 18,000-foot ash plume after having produced a 50,000-foot ash plume. Make sure you follow us on Twitter for a share of a video about that. Suwanosejima also exploded. Unknown size volcanic ash plume from Suwanosejima. Semeru, a little more information there. Flight level 140. It's a 14,000-foot ash plume over East Java, Indonesia. And remember, folks, do not pole vault the caldera. Fuego exploding, flight level 150. Nevado del Ruiz exploding, flight level 240. Sangay exploding, flight level 200. Revenador volcanic ash not seen in satellite imagery. Don't assume it's not erupting. Again, another bad caldera to attempt to pole vault would be Revenador. And last but not least, Sabancaya producing a 23,000-foot plume of volcanic ash. Again, please don't pole vault the caldera. Make Earth not suck again, not by becoming part of the lithosphere, or by forcing other people to breathe you in by getting vaporized. Again, the radio flux all the way down to 102 solar flux units. Let's take a look at the magnetohydrodynamic pressure over the past 4 hours. We do have an elevated pressure here because of the elevated solar wind speeds. It's a corona hole high-speed stream, and it's continuing on. As we sort of forecasted yesterday, we can expect it to continue here for another maybe, 12 to 18 hours, I would say, if I had to guess, which I don't. And we'll let that play all the way through. Again, the video was originally streamed. Again, that's the last 4 hours of magnetohydrodynamic pressure. The units are nanopascal, and that high pressure environment largely created by high speed solar winds. Next, ground magnetic perturbations. We showed you Earth's magnetic moment from space. Here's Earth's magnetic moment from the ground. That'll show you the most likely areas to see aurorae. Also, induction into power systems, electrical induction into railways, railroad tracks, pipelines, etc. And geospace delta B is a reference to changes in Earth B field. The units here are nanotesla. Again, that's Earth's magnetic moment from the ground over the past 4 hours. We'll also show the auroral forecast because there have been some heightened aurorae here around the planet. And these are the most likely spots. Be sure to pay attention to the timestamps in the upper left, also in the lower right. And if you are on Twitter or Instagram and you've got imagery of aurorae, drop us a line. We'll be more than happy to feature the products on the channel. The photos or videos or whatever you have of aurorae. Next, the KP index is at 3 here over the past 9 hours. And if we see a shift in the magnetic field, we could see that go back to geomagnetic unrest conditions pretty promptly. Here's the solar wind over the past day. We did see an increase in the plasma temperature here, so we may be seeing a second phase of high-speed corona hole winds. It looks like it has largely leveled off here. Current conditions are about 537 kilometers per second for the speed. For the density, 9 protons per cubic centimeter. Next, going into magnetic data. We're seeing low readings here on the GOES magnetometers. We saw low highs and low lows over the past 12 hours. And here's the heliospheric current sheet. Earth remains in a South Pole current sheet shown here in red. Here's the line of sight view. There may be some North Pole current sheet out there approaching stereo A at the moment. Things are pretty calm as far as space weather. Next, move into coronal holes. And we see some additional South Pole oriented coronal holes rotating in here. See how well defined they are by taking a look at it in 193 angstroms. So right down here we can expect to see some additional definition coming out of those coronal holes. Remember, folks, the corona is bumpy, and it's difficult to see them using the ultraviolet spectrum. This is 193 angstroms, which is one of the ionized iron species covered by the SDO. Now let's look at sunspots. We do have a small sunspot in the northern hemisphere showing up there. That's 3021. The main sunspots to think about are 3023 and 3024, as you can see down here. The likelihood of them producing major flares not really that high, although it looks like 3024 is being classified as beta gamma class here. 3023 is just alpha class. It's got only one polarity umbral fields. There's some more imagery of that in the solar intensity gram. Let's zoom that in a little bit more. You can see 3021 here looks like it's about to lose sunspot status. It's faded over the past 24, and 3023 and 3024 have remained almost completely stable here. Do you follow us on Twitch? That's where this video was originally streamed. And if you do follow us on Twitch, the good news is you'll actually get a notification if you have the mobile app when we go live. We've uploaded some new music as well, so as we pause for station identification, I would invite all of you to join the Smash team. There is a free level. There is also a silver and a gold annual paid-up subscription level. This is our latest post, and we can't share that with our non-paying subscribers. That would defeat the purpose of having paying subscribers. So join at the silver or gold level to see that latest post. And if you'd like to pick up some merch, again, the Mensa hat, I'm wearing it right now. The quality of the print is quite high, and the quality of the hat is quite high. Make Earth not suck again is the message. It's a message of personal responsibility. Don't forget to enter the promo code FINDYOURTHING to save 20 to 60% site-wide. Hey, you want a coaster set that says Mensa, Make Earth Not Suck Again? By the way, we're thinking about picking up a Fauci Face of Evil bath mat quite soon, as we'd like to put our feet on Fauci's face every time we get out of the shower. But in any case, whatever you're into, it's a public service message of personal responsibility to make Earth not suck again. It's up to you. Again, don't forget to enter the promo code YOURTHING to save 20 to 60% site-wide on the Redbubble shop. Links to that on the homepage at smashomash.com right there. Also to the Smash team, welcome to the Neo Renaissance. Congratulations on realizing the channel exists. You're listening to Lost Luggage right now. An old track from our, I believe that was from String Section. Maybe that was from Professor Krookenstein. But in any case, we've uploaded 3 new tracks. You can find them on YouTube. If you search for Golden Cat Productions, you'll find us all over the internet. Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Lost Luggage, Tilt-A-Whirl, and Gem Cutter are the new offerings. What's playing now is Lost Luggage. It's about lost luggage, folks. That's literally what the song is about. That's why we have angry sounding foreigners. Imagine people walking around the airport without their luggage. Here's the proton flux over the past 3 days. Here's the X-ray flux over the past 3 days. And you can see the background X-ray output has just been dropping and dropping here. That's the setting of sunspot 3014 and 3017. They were quite spectacular group of sunspots, and we may see them rise again in about 2.5 weeks. Next, we'll take a look at, we're going to have to reload that imagery. We'll take a look at 93 angstroms here, because it's one of the best wavelengths through which to view solar flares. And just let me bring that up here. It's well worth the wait. Let's get a full disk view. There you have it. More spectacular imagery from the Solar Dynamics Observatory. Next, a star chart. This is what's going on above my head. Saturn near the apex of its flight across the ecliptic. Jupiter and Mars very close to each other in the sky. If you're up before dawn, you may catch that. New moon's coming tomorrow. Shout out to all my reverse werewolves. It's going to be a crazy night of sleeping well and a crazy day of being a happy, productive, functional member of society. Let's advance this 1 week. Here's where things will be in a week. Did you know that humans are sort of designed to be awake while it's light out and asleep while it's dark out. Next, we'll look at coronagraphs. Yeah, humans, we're largely a diurnal species. The opposite of a nocturnal species. All right, so here is the coronagraphs, and we saw some significant CMEs yesterday. They're on the far side of the sun. As you can see here from stereo A, this coronal mass ejection nowhere near the Earth. The Earth would be off in this direction, so it couldn't be less Earth-directed, but it's a spectacular light show. Let's press play and watch that play out. You got the view here from the SOHO LASCO C3 here on the right, located at Lagrange point 1. Stereo A coronagraph over there, located at Lagrange point 5. So we'll let that play through at least until that CME propagates. There you can see a great two-perspective view of that coronal mass ejection. And normally that would be where our space weather video ends, after some more spectacular imagery of the closest star. However, we're looking at old images here? What is up with that? However, today, we're going to continue on, include our bonus features and our meteorology segment all in the same video. So there is 171 angstroms plus the colorized magnetogram. Things pretty low-key on the sun. Now we've got very low levels of electron flux here. So looking at the total electron content forecast, watch these low levels of electron flux. Very low levels right there. Shockingly low levels of electron flux. I think that's the lowest we've ever covered. I'm going to let that play through again here. Watch how the red blobs go away entirely right there. That is the lowest level of electron content we've ever shown on the channel. The reason we show it is because it shows where GPS errors are most likely to occur. Your GPS satellite's located at about 12,500 miles of altitude. Right on the bottom side of the outer Van Allen belt is where that's located. Let's take a look at charging hazards. We do see some significant surface charging hazards here over Mexico moving into the Central Pacific Ocean. Here's the electron flux over the past 3 days as measured by the GOES 16 and 17. There's the NOAA forecast for relativistic electrons. Expecting an uptick in that, I would tend to agree there. And here's the 1-year chart to put it in context. These very low levels are typically associated with coronal hole high-speed streams. Next, we'll look at the ionosphere and just give that a moment to load. Here is the vibrational frequency at the bridge between Earth and space. So that's your ionogram. Here's your anomalygram, and huge low-frequency anomalies happening here over large portions of the planet. So big anomalies there in the electron flux, big anomalies in the ionosphere. That's anomaly in megahertz from the 30-day median. Look at those low-frequency anomalies on a planetary scale. We'll also show the latest image. That's 1045 universal time ionogram. There's 1045 universal time anomalygram. Continuing on to a ground-based solar observatory, and before I do that, let me just check the life of the stream here. Everything looks A-OK. So today's ground-based solar observatory will be the Udaipur, India. Again, low levels of solar activity here over the past 24. Just 2 significant sunspot groups. Likelihood of solar flares not all that high. There are some filaments there. You can see them as dark absorption features in the hydrogen alpha 6562.8 angstroms wavelength. Next, your latest intensitygram and latest colorized magnetogram as we show daily in our bonus features segment. And we've got a new sunspot up there. So that's going to need a name today. That's a new group. That'll be 3025, I believe. Anyway, there's the rockback. So at least one new sunspot. Here's the GOES 16 SUVI, 304 ionized helium. and we'll also show the 171 angstroms from the SDO browse data. It's pretty sweet. That's yesterday and today, by the way, if you're wondering what the time frame is. Pay attention to the timestamps at the bottom if you're unsure. And let's move on to the realm of meteorology. Yes, it's an all-in-one video today, folks. And whether you're viewing on BitChute, YouTube, or on Twitch, drop us a line, leave us a comment, let us know what you're into. So we're starting things out here looking at the aurora. This is the aurora view from nullschool.net. There are the most likely spots for aurorae at the moment. And it looks like we don't have quite enough input from the solar wind there to produce aurora at New Zealand or Tasmania. There is the Northern Hemisphere auroral oval. And let's go back to what we normally look at, which is the wind environment. So here is the surface wind scenario for the eastern world. There you have that. Powerful low here in between New Zealand and Australia, rotating clockwise as they're wont to do in the southern hemisphere. Here's the jet stream scenario for that part of the planet. Very well concentrated jet stream over Australia there, and some cold Antarctican air being blown up into the south central portion of the country. The world's largest island, the land Fremunda. Next, there is the jet stream scenario for the Americas. And here are the surface winds of our side of the planet. Once again, let me just check the life of the stream here before we move on, see if we have any comments on Twitch. We are clear to proceed. So surface winds, jet streams. Let's move to the jet streams of Europe and Africa. There are the jet streams of that part of the planet. We'll close out this section of the video with surface winds as we do most days. Next, your weather.gov map. Lots of red flag warnings there over the southwestern portion of the country. And some great surf likely in Hawaii once again, mainly on the west and southwest coasts. Good times, good times. And next we've got a real-time lightning map. But first, the NASA GOES lightning mapper. So pretty active lightning here around the Americas, the Caribbean, and some Canadian lightning showing up there. Here's your real-time lightning map from lightningmaps.org. We've got some active cells here over the U.S. So some Minnesotan some Minnesotan lightning happening there. And there's the world view. Quite a bit of lightning happening in Europe as well. Also some Russian lightning occurring. Next, your Pacific Ocean water vapor scenario. There's the water vapor scenario over the world's largest body of water and largest surface heat sink. Water. It has a very high heat latency. Water. It certainly is a greenhouse gas, yeah. You ever notice how cloudy nights stay warm and clear nights get cold? That's the greenhouse effect of water. Next, pressure and precipitation via the GFS forecast over the next 3 days. Expecting some heavy weather in Texas, in the Stovepipe, and in Oklahoma. You can see right at the end of our run there in the next 72 hours, some severe weather here also in the north-central part of the U.S., and some snow continues to fall in the northern and central Rockies. How about them apples? Here is your European new snow forecast. There's the next 12 hours, and Oregon is going to get kaplastered with a lot of snow here. That's pushing 20 inches there. So that's the next 12 hours. Here's the next 24 hours, as huge portions of Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana, and Washington receive snow. And here's the next 3 days, where the snow will reach, looks like over 3 feet in large portions of Wyoming and smaller portions of Montana. Yeah, it's It's snow, folks. Apparently, it's so hot that it's cold, especially in those locations. Now, if you're not a member of the Smash team yet, highly recommend you become one. If you're at the gold or silver level, you're going to get information nobody else gets to see that we can't promote on YouTube because we need to get paid for our efforts. SmashOmash.com/Smash Team. We're doing our part to Mensa, make Earth not suck again. So help us out in our efforts. Give Smash staff a raise, etc. Pick up some merch, like the Mensa merch. Again, make Earth not suck again. It's up to you. It's a message of personal responsibility. And don't forget to enter the promo code Find Your Thing to save 20 to 60% site-wide on the Redbubble shop. There's a link to it on the homepage at SmashOmash.com. Once again, station identification. Welcome to the Neo-Renaissance. It's up to you to make America not suck again. It's up to you to make Earth not suck again. Don't pull Vault the Caldera. If you're going through hell, keep going. All right, let's get through some more weather information here before we close out our video. There is the U.S. Doppler radar map for all 50 states. We're going to focus on the lower 48. Some heavy metal weather approaching Minneapolis. It looks like Minneapolis is going to get hit here, especially the southern portions of the town. Let's take a look at clouds and fog. There is the shortwave radiation map. It's still dark over a large portion of the country. And here is your water vapor map. That should give you insight if you're not sure the way things are going to move on your Doppler radar. If you're confused about it, check the water vapor. That should set you free to forecast your own weather. We hope you're able to do so. This is your recap. That was the Doppler radar. This is the shortwave radiation showing clouds and fog. And this is the water vapor map. Once again, thanks for tuning into the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. May that solar wind be at your back as I sign off. And we'll see you soon.